Alright, it's Salamander Plays, and we're back in StarCraft Remastered. We're still working our way through the original campaign. We're on the very first episode, which is a Terran campaign, and we have finally made it to level 5, Revolution. In the wake of the chaos resulting from the Zerg invasion, the Sons of Korhal escaped with the stolen data disks. Fleeing to the border colony of Antigua Prime, Arcturus Group now plans its next crucial moves against the Confederacy. 13 hours after the evacuation of Marcera, Protoss warships took up, oh man, that was fast, the colony and unleashed a massive planetary bombardment. All life upon the surface was extinguished. Revolution.
Hey man, headquarters has begun analysis of the disks. They expect to have them decoded shortly. I hope whatever's on those disks is worth it.
Receiving incoming transmission from Arcturus Minsk.
You and Captain Rayner have done well, Commander. I believe our efforts have weakened the Confederacy's grip on the fringe worlds. But our job out here isn't done yet. Lieutenant Kerrigan, my second in command, will elaborate.
I'll get straight to the point. Our sources tell us that Antigua Prime is ready to begin open revolt against the Confederacy. Unfortunately, the Confederates seem to be aware of this as well. They've stationed a large detachment of Alpha Squadron troops there, under the command of General Duke.
It will be your job, Commander, to free this colony and show our good intent to the Antiguan people. Lieutenant Kerrigan will help you deal with Duke's officers. The rest of the Confederates are yours to deal with.
All right, let's do it. The new portraits look amazing.
Anytime you're ready.
And I believe this is the first level where we finally meet Sarah Kerrigan, who has essentially become the face of StarCraft. This is where we first meet her.
Sounds fun.
Captain Rayner, I finished scouting out the area and you pig.
What? I haven't even said anything to you yet.
Yeah, but you were thinking it.
Oh, yeah. You're a telepath. Look, let's just get on with this, okay?
Right. I'm ready.
And just one moment here, I want to make sure my volume is where I want it to be. Turn the volume down just one notch here.
I gotcha.
Rayner here.
I'm ready. I gotcha. It'd be a pleasure.
It's okay if Rayner gets hurt.
They can sense me even when I'm cloaked. We should take these out.
It's okay if Rayner gets hurt because we can always repair him, but I gotta be a little more careful with Sarah Kerrigan because we don't have any way to heal her in this original campaign. In the expansion pack Brood War, there is a new unit called a Terran Medic. The Terran Medic can heal biological units.
I read you. It'd be a pleasure. Thinking the same thing. I gotcha. Thinking
This campaign does such a great job of
I read you.
slowly introducing aspects of the game to the player.
Kerrigan reporting. I gotcha. What now? It'd be a
For example, the fact that turrets can spot invisible units. It's really nice that they show that in this level before you have to come over here.
I read you. I gotcha. Thinking the same thing. I read you.
Alright, so I'm cloaked. Let's just go ahead and walk right past these guys. And it looks like I can walk up here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that you don't want to fight through. You just want to cloak Kerrigan and make your way to this beacon.
I gotcha. I've taken care of business on this end, Commander. I think the Antiguans are ready to back us up, too.
That's right. We've tolerated these Confederate goons long enough.
Base is under attack.
Okay, let's go ahead and put Kerrigan in this bunker. And why don't we just get our base up and running? Things feel very chaotic at first when you take this base because everyone's fighting everywhere on the map, but it's actually not that overwhelming. Your forces are a lot stronger, so it feels chaotic, but it actually should just auto-win.
Commander, I'm picking up a large Confederate strike force advancing on our position.
Well, they're not wasting any time. SCV good to go, sir. I read you.
Pretty much anytime I get a Terran base in the campaign mode, I automatically lift off the unit, or the buildings, to reorganize my whole base, just because I so rarely like the format that the existing base comes with. The factories are a little misleading in this level. You might see these 2 factories and be really excited because that's a lot of production building, but unfortunately you can't make tanks or Goliaths in this particular level. You don't unlock those units until later. So the only thing you can make at the factory is the Vulture, which is not a very useful unit in this scenario. So you actually end up not using your factories at all. And if I remember correctly, I think this is very much a Wraith map. This is a map where you want to mass Wraiths. And I don't think there's any gas at this base, but why don't we walk down here and check it out?
Yes, sir.
This is Jimmy. Oh yeah.
SCV good to go,
All right,
sir.
so there's not a second gas here. Okay, not a whole lot of improvement just by lifting off the command center, but just wanted to get a little closer to that gas.
Yes, sir. Orders, Captain.
And let's go ahead and just fully saturate our Vespene gas because it's the only one we have. And I'm not really sure I want my Wraith upgrades, so let's just start Wraith production.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Go ahead, Commander.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain.
One thing I'm really not enjoying about the sound
Yes, sir.
is it seems like the music is always extremely loud no matter what volume I have it at. I have it at the lowest and it's still super duper loud to me, but we'll just roll with it.
Anytime you're ready.
And just in case, let's repair Jim Raynor, because of course if you lose one of your heroes, you automatically lose the level.
Right away, sir.
Alright, and it looks like 4 SCVs might actually be unnecessary for that Vespene gas. It just looks so far away that I needed 4.
Job finished. Orders, Captain. Affirmative.
Go ahead, Commander.
SCV good to go, sir.
And we got a nice stockpile of gas here, so we just got to get a lot of minerals here, and then we're going to convert all this gas to Wraiths. And just continue to produce Wraiths at this starport. I'm going to get my heroes up here and put them on the hold command, so they're not wandering around. I am one of those players that is overly cautious with my heroes, because there have been a few times when I've been playing StarCraft, and I just randomly lose one of my heroes because I wasn't paying attention. And I automatically lose the level, which is, of course, pretty disappointing. So I've learned over time to be super cautious. I just put them in some safe corner of the map, put them on the hold command. And the only time I'll use them is pretty much when I just need to. If my base is being overrun, then I'll turn to them. Alright, I think it's time to get another starport.
SCV good to go, sir. Roger that. Orders received.
We'll continue to make supply depots. So the reason why this is a Wraith map is because the enemy base that we have to destroy is across water. We cannot walk there. And so it's a lot easier just to make ships on this level. You can also make drop ships and then ferry units over, but I find that just to be a little too tedious, and I'd rather just have ships that can attack from the air. So I just make a bunch of Wraiths on this map, and then once I have enough, I'll micro them, and we'll just win that way. we'll position our Marines right here to back up these bunkers. Oh, these are not even full. All right, we'll fill those up with Marines. The AI in StarCraft is very unpredictable. Sometimes they'll attack in places you don't expect. Sometimes they do really dumb stuff like this. And other times they throw a curveball and it's actually a pretty devastating attack. Also, the other thing about AI in StarCraft Original is they're really, really good at casting spells. They're good at optimizing the AoE, or they'll target the most effective unit with their spells. So that's like probably one thing you gotta look out for. Typically, whenever you're producing units like this, you want them to produce at the same time. See, look at this. This dropship just randomly came over here, dropped one guy. The person instantly died, and then they drove steadfastly through an area where they could die. So the AI does dumb stuff like that. But like I said, once in a while, they'll just do something that's really, really smart. And because of that unpredictability, you just have to be ready constantly. All right, I think we're getting to a point now where we can probably go start fighting. Yeah, we don't even have an armory. You need an armory to upgrade your units. Right now they're at 0, 0, 0. And in StarCraft, you can upgrade these to 3. And we're going to do a little trick here. Excellent. All right, do you see how this SCV is trapped, the one I have selected here? So one of the things you can do is set a control group. So I have 11 Wraiths selected, and then in the top left-hand corner, I have this SCV selected. And what this allows me to do is to stack my Wraiths more effectively as I'm microing, so just a little trick here. Oh yeah, what I was saying about the production units, typically you want to start production at the same time with multiple buildings next to each other, and they all come out at the same time. And that just makes it more easy. You only have to go back to your base every time there's a round that had been produced. So you spend less time going back to your base versus microing your units out in the field. And then the other thing is when they come out at the same time, they're more formidable to fight immediately. So it's a good habit to get into, but we didn't do it that time. Oh, I already lost one. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make the rally point down here. So when our Wraiths come out, they'll just fly the whole way down here, and we can keep regrouping every single time I lose a Wraith. It's really nice when you have so many Wraiths, you can just one-shot things, essentially. If I remember correctly, I think this computer has 2 bases that they can mine from, so it's actually, it doesn't finish them off just to prevent production or mining from this one base. You actually have to get the other one too. Alright, I lost another Wraith. Let's get another one to the field, and we'll just work with these 11. Let's keep Wraith production going. Goliath, these are the real troublesome things. They're pretty... So Goliaths are really good anti-air units. Oh, how'd you get over here? Looks like I got a small force here. I think the bunkers will just be able to clear it out, but let's watch. Yeah, we're good.
Base is under attack.
destroy this SCV just to clear up some supply. Alright. I think there's a few missile turrets, but I believe we'll be strong enough to take him out. We have to destroy all the buildings, so might take a minute. This is one of the reasons why it's probably smarter at this point to switch over to ground units to get some drop ships, since there's so much area now where you can land and you can finish this off with ground units. Wraiths aren't very strong at attacking ground, but if you make enough of them, as you can see, you can just basically one-shot anything that would challenge you. And so this to me is just a safer way to play the map. I also think there's a lot of spider mines here, if I remember correctly, and they're a real pain in the butt for your ground units to deal with. So I'd rather just do air all the way, even if it takes a bit for them to destroy all the buildings. Alright, why don't we get our second wave of Wraiths in the mix.
Your forces are under attack.
Let's get the missile turrets first. Oh, it's so nice just the one-shot things. Alright. Okay, we're gonna just put the hold command right here, so anytime a Marine comes out, my Wraiths will instantly destroy them. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get some drop ships, ferry some ground units over, and we'll see if we can just end this a little faster with some ground units. Get those drop ships just so I don't have to deal with them at my home base.
Your forces are under attack.
And I doubt I'm going to deal with any more forces, so I'm going to go ahead and just empty all my Marines out, and we'll gather them down here, and I'll begin ferrying units over with my drop ships. Here are the Wraith upgrades that I didn't get. You can get invisibility, and you can get extra energy, but didn't really feel like we needed it. Alright, got some dropships coming in. Man, these new portraits are so good. Massive upgrade from the original StarCraft portraits. Get some Marine production going on. And some of these guys are probably going to die to spider mines, but I think we'll at least end the game a lot more quickly by doing this. I think I'm actually just going to drop them right on the buildings. Alright, I think after the starport's finished, let's go ahead and go over here, because these guys will finish off this real quickly. And I think this is going to be the last building, and then we're good to go. Oh, see, look, a spider mine just killed a bunch of my Marines. Yep, there they are. Alright, game over. Excellent. Thanks for watching. See you next time.